a really great app that I've been using in my classroom for a year now. It's called GimKit. It's very similar to Kahoot or Quizlet. Basically, it's just a fun review game for students that you can use with any curriculum that you're using to test with. For example, you can see my kits that I've made, division, multiplication, and our government test that we took. I teach third grade currently, so this was a great tool and my kids really enjoyed it. So here's some of the great features about GimKit is you can play live with your students or you can assign homework to them and they can go home and do it. This has to do with classes. You can set up classes. You can do it with your class roster or you can have a code that you give them and they can log in at home to play. But if I were to go and click the play live button, it would give me this. This is our code that my students would enter to play, and this I put on my big screen in my room, or you can just write the code onto your whiteboard for them to see and to copy. They need to type this in to the search bar for them to play right here. This is the web address, and then they type in the code. So if I were to go in here and do 96423, this is what would appear when they type that in, 96423. So I would click join, and then my name, so I would put Miss Clark if I was playing with my students, and sometimes I like to hop on and play with them. They love it. They get really excited because they think they can stump the teacher. So I would click join. And so here it is. Get ready, answer questions to earn cash, purchase upgrades and power-ups with your cash, and then earn cash faster. And I'll show y'all what I mean about that. This is really fun because instead of students earning points, they earn money. So you can see I normally, like I said, I have this on my big board in my room so students can see, and they'll see their names appear, and I really do ask them to use a name or a nickname. And what's great is you can see it'll say remove from game. So if someone does put something inappropriate or something that I do not approve of, I can remove them from the game and they'll have to go back in and add themselves. If they do it again, then they cannot play. So what I'll do is I'll hit start game. And you can hear there's music. My kids love it. And so we'll say the game is started. So let's go over here and so here's a division fact. 40 divided by 8 is 5. And see, I just earned $1. And so with that, you'll see your money appear over here. So I'll do continue. 20 divided by 10 is 2. And see, it went up by $3. So now I have $4. Now let's go to the shop and see if I can purchase anything. See, you can buy money per question, so the amount of money you lose and gain per question. You can buy power-ups to make this go up, a streak bonus, extra amount awarded for answering 2 questions correct in a row, so this could increase. Multiplier, every dollar in or out gets multiplied, or insurance, only play a percentage back when answering incorrectly. Also, another really fun thing that my students love is called power-ups, and you get all of these. So notice that the prices are pretty high, and you can easily earn this type of money with the power-ups, such as link, new earnings with another player for 60 seconds. So basically that links your 2 amounts of money. So everything that they earn, you earn, and vice versa. So if you want to be nice and you notice that one of your friends is lagging behind, you can just link your account and help them out. Dreamweaver, purchase this power up to play a song made with the help of Miss Higgins' 6th grade class. So if they wanted to change the music, they could do that. I have some friends that really love music in my room, so they would definitely buy that. Blur another player's screen for 15 seconds so they can't see anything at all. Clapinator, your claps, but multiply by 10. So basically, it makes it clap really loud whenever it's announced who the winner is, and my kids love it. It's a lot of fun. Deflector deflects all harmful power-ups for 2 minutes. For example, when I jump on and play with my students, they love to use power-ups against me to make it really hard for me to play, so I'll buy a deflector so that they can't hurt me and I can still continue to play with them. A rebooter, reuse all your power-ups a second time. So if you buy any of these, you can only use them once. But if you buy the rebooter, you can use it another time, which is great. Gift, increase another player's balance by 25%. I tend to do this with my students, especially if I see one of my students really lagging behind the other students. Maybe if they didn't study or they're struggling with the material, this will help them out. ICER, freeze other players. They won't be able to answer questions or visit the shop for 15 seconds. And basically it makes the screen go black and it says, "You've been iced by Miss Clark." And they think it's so funny when I ice them. Subtractor, remove 20% of a player's earnings. Reducer, reduce a player's new earnings by 50% for 60 seconds. Mini bonus, earnings are multiplied by 2 times for a single question. And then mega bonus, earnings are multiplied by 5 times for a single question. So there's a lot of ways to earn a lot more money. So let's see if we're able to buy, I need $10 for that. So what you would do is go up here, questions or shop. Right now we're in the shop, so we're going to go back to questions. And I'm going to try to earn some more money so I can get a power up. Alright, so see, now my balance is up to $13. So let's go shop and get that money per question one. I'm going to buy that. And see, now it went up to $7, so now I'm getting a lot more money. And see, my balance is getting a lot higher. So we can go to streak bonus, and I'm going to buy this for 15. Okay, so now you can do all sorts of stuff and see everything has a price. So it really teaches kids to manage their money pretty well and see how it increases a lot. Okay, so and while this is going on, while I'm answering questions, notice this graph that is on right here. It shows how much money is made by the class. So it's just me in the class right now. But if I were playing with all my students, this number would obviously be a lot higher. And you can see where I bought things. It'll also say on here, Miss Clark iced Steven, or Miss Clark gifted Steven 25% of her earnings, or something like that. It would all show up right here. So notice that there is a timer on here. And if I were to end the game early, that's fine. But the game would end in 5 minutes, and you can set the timer however you want. So let's end the game. And so this would play, see, first place. It would also show all the other people, and you can do claps. That's what the other students would be doing, is they'd be clapping and getting excited. So view report. And this is what I really love about it, is it'll go on and show you the questions of what all the students did. So student overview, normally I don't show this on my big screen. I normally just keep this for myself, and I'll print it to pull students back for small group instruction or tier 2 to really help with the curriculum that we're using. But general overview, there's a general overview. Questions answered correctly, 10, incorrectly, 0, accuracy, 100%. So sometimes if I notice that the accuracy is below 70%, I'll have some students make flashcards, study a little bit more, that sort of thing. And this is my favorite part. This is the question breakdown. So you notice these are all the questions that I answered. Okay, I got them all correct, sure. But let's say half my class got this one correct and half them didn't, and it was 50%. Then I know that this is the fact that we definitely need to cover in class. But yeah, so this is GimKit. It's a lot of fun. If I were to start another one, let's say we were going to do multiplication, because I wanted to show y'all what all the teacher can do. So here it is before you hit continue and that code comes up, is you can do classic mode or you can do team mode. I try to do classic as much as possible because sometimes team mode Everyone gets a little bit too competitive, but it is still fun. So time, let's say you need a quick activity before lunch, you can adjust the time. Let's say we have like 5 minutes to play. We can do that. You can do a race. All players race to be the first one to reach the cash goal. That's a really high cash goal. You can definitely make it smaller. All in, all players try to earn as much money as they can, but the game ends when the collective total of all the players meets the cash goal. So like I said, that big number that was on there with the graph, that is what the class goal would be. Starting cash, sometimes when I'm trying to be nice, I give my kids starting out with $10 so that they can go ahead and get some power-ups going. Handicap, players won't be able to go below a certain cash amount. I have it set at -$50, but sometimes I have it set, especially if it's new curriculum, I have it set to -10. Did I go back? There we go. -$10. Because what happens is if they get a question wrong, they lose money. So kids tend to get a little bit frustrated, especially if it's new material and they haven't studied as well. They'll miss it a lot and they'll get below that amount. But it'll let them keep playing. Just they can't go past that. Answer check, allow player to view correct answer after answering incorrectly, especially if this new material. I keep this on, but sometimes I'll turn it off. Music, you can turn the music on and off. Clapping, which is like the congratulations, like good job. I have it turned on. Join in late. I have that on because sometimes I have kids running errands for me and stuff, and they'll come back in and be like, oh, I want to play. And so it'll still have the code up here in the corner. Power-ups turned on. Themes turned on. Clean power-ups only. So if you notice that some of your kids are not being nice to a particular student, or you notice that they're only icing each other just to see what will happen to get a reaction, you can turn that off. But yeah, this is GimKit. It's great. I've used it a lot. You can do so many different things. Assignments, you can create a new assignment. Classes is where you would add your classes. Kit collab, this is really cool. So it allows your students to create the kit. After students join the game, they will submit a question to be added. You can accept or reject the questions that come in. Then you play a game of GimKit with a kit the class just made. So this is definitely like a little bit higher order thinking. So it makes them think about the questions that they're going to ask each other as far as multiplication, division. And you can accept or reject them, especially if they're a little bit too hard. So yes, that is great. Let me go back. But yeah, this is GimKit again. So if you have any questions or are interested in this, my school actually got a subscription for me, so that's really great. So I get all the bonus of creating a new kit. If you do not have a subscription, you cannot create a new kit, but you can search for kits, and there are so many different kits out there, such as, let's do multiplication. So there's tons, here's 3 of them, but if you're looking for something more specific, you can do that. But see, it has like 175 questions, and you can go through and look and see what kind of questions there are on there. Like this, we didn't get to multiples until later after we had done some of this. So we did not do this one because of the way it was set up, and my students were struggling a little bit with understanding the vocabulary of multiples. And see this one, 6, 12, 18, 24, multiples of 6. So we waited on this one, but there's definitely tons and tons of kits that you can choose from. But thanks, guys. I hope you enjoyed.